Hey YouTube, it's that dude named Dave and welcome to my channel. And if you've been here before, welcome back. Before we get started, my price of admission, like, subscribe, and the bell notification below. You guys are watching my videos, but you're all not sub yet. So let me help you by helping me out here and give you guys a few seconds to do this. Okay, we got those few seconds out the way, no long intros. Today's video, we're coming back to support court. Now in this situation here, we have the father taking the mother back to court saying that she is not helping. But is there a twist in this case here? So we're gonna get to the video and let Judge Fonda be cooking. We're gonna try to make this make sense.
Well, actually, I'm here today because I really feel like my counterpart here, my co-parent, she is intentionally working just to not even pay or help out in child support. I am a full-time father. I'm also a full-time employee, and I don't get as much money on a week-to-week basis. And I'm really looking for just a little help or support in what we created together. And it seems like she's kind of trying to run out on her responsibility in this with me, and I don't think that's fair.
What do you mean she's trying to?
Wait, before it gets in here, so we have a situation where the father sounds like he has full custody of their child, and he is saying that she's not helping, she's not paying for anything, and she's run out of her responsibilities. Just want to level set here, because most of these cases I've been bringing here, we do have the men who actually have full custody. So let's continue now.
Run out on her responsibility. What do you mean by that?
Meaning trying to dodge the fact of, getting this child support, or being able to pay something to help me out.
Have you ever asked her, ma'am, you have your opportunity to speak. Have you ever asked her to pay child support? Or give you some money for the child?
Exactly. I've asked her to help out with some of the expenses that our child occurs throughout, even like a regular school year, or to maybe go attend different events, but.
What type of expenses are you speaking about?
Well, I'm speaking of expenses maybe like as far as childcare, all right? Tuition, because I prefer that our child gets maybe a better education other than maybe what the public system will provide. And so I'm looking for just a little help on her behalf, this is something we created.
Okay, ma'am, what?
Before he goes to her, does that sound unreasonable? How many times do we see court cases and the women will come saying, he ain't doing nothing, he don't take care of his kid, he ain't take care of responsibilities. So we have a situation again where that the father has these responsibilities here, and he's asking the woman saying, hey, private school, we don't want our kids to be in public school here. She needs to help out with that. Other miscellaneous things, what is the problem here? So does this sound unreasonable here? Or is he maybe has some unreasonable expectations that she's gonna give us here? But so far what we're hearing here is that he just wants some help because it's hard being a single parent. Let's continue.
He's asking for it is not unreasonable. You're not
right, Judge.
To do that?
Your Honor, it is unreasonable. He knows.
How is it unreasonable?
He knows I'm disabled, for one.
What is your disability?
I hurt my leg.
Okay.
And so I'm not able to work as I would like to, and he knows that. He knows that.
You are aware though.
Hold on. Are you disabled or are you hurt? There's two different things here. Like if you're a sports fan, there's a term said, are you injured or are you hurt? There are two different things here. She says she's disabled. So if you're disabled, that means that you should be applying and get full-term disability from the government because that is available to you. Or if it's on short-term, you should be given some sort of assistance. But when I hear disability or I am injured or I'm hurt, those are different terms here. So we need to see what's going on here, and let's clarify and let's get to the rest of this video here.
That in the state of Texas, you can be ordered to pay child support and the money comes directly out of your disability check.
Interesting.
I did not know that, Your Honor.
Yes.
I didn't know that either.
That's why you're here today, for me to inform you of that.
But I don't think that's right. Because if
wait a minute, ma'am. But you think it's right for him to pay all of the expenses for the child every month?
Your Honor.
You answer my question. Do you think that's right?
No, Your Honor, but he's doing this because I stopped messing with him. I'll go over
What
there
do you
still.
mean by stop messing with
I still go over to his house and we still mess around. And I just decided to cut it off because my leg has been killing me.
I mean, it don't make no sense you bringing that up here.
Well, you trying to bring me to court. You
Excuse
should have
me.
thought about that.
You all will address me.
Sorry, Your Honor.
You will not address each other.
Why are you bringing that up? Why are you bringing this up here? You should have brought this to court. Well, you shouldn't have brought this to court either. Why are you doing this? 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 This is why we have to be careful who we deal with, who we lay down with, and we need to protect our seed, okay? Because this woman clearly collects a disability check, and she doesn't want to give any money to help out with her own child. Guys, as much as this woman here is a piece of work, and that she sounds like a deadbeat mom, fellas, this is what happens when we choose the wrong woman. I gotta lay responsibility on him as well. He chose her. Now he's stepping up to the plate and being what a father and man is supposed to do. But you know what though? You still gotta own this, bruh. You chose this woman here, and now this woman is treating your life like a living hell. So fellas, keep in mind, you choose someone like this here, you will be in Judge Von de Bee's court looking extra beta. So let's continue.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
You all's rendezvous that has nothing to do with this court proceeding.
Exactly.
Why we're here, okay?
This is
We're here to talk about
retaliation.
money. Ma'am, that is a different court, okay? That's not, we're in support court. We're talking about child support here.
Okay.
And according to what has been presented to me so far, the child lives with Mr. Brooks, is that correct?
I would really say us, but he lives in his home, yes.
The child lives with Mr.
Can't even
Brooks,
own that.
correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Brooks, you are not receiving any type of child support, is that correct?
I'm receiving nothing from her at all.
Okay.
Nothing.
Ma'am, how many children do you have?
I have one with him, and then I have 2 others.
Okay, so you have a total of 3. And how much money do you make?
Before we go on here, so she was already a single mother before he got with her. What do we say here about this here, guys? It's stepdaddyism. There's other kids involved, and now you got siblings involved with the one seat that you have here. Guys, this is what happens. Choose a woman like this, a modern woman who don't even want to be there for their own child, who looks at the fact that you're putting all the money in, and then her giving money makes it look like that she is giving you the money and not the kid. So her mentality's already looking warped, thinking that I'm not giving him nothing. This is what happens. Choose the wrong woman. All right, lay down with a banshee like this here, and see how your stress level goes through the roof here. See how your children engage and how they interact in day-to-day activities here. This is why we say we have to be careful who we lay our seeds with. Hey, it's buns glazing season, but you know what though? This one sounds very stale to me. Let's continue.
Make a year?
Well, I don't make any now since I hurt my leg off the pole.
Well,
Off the pole?
what pole are you referring to? Did you
What?
run into a pole?
What?
No, ma'am. I was working at Dallas Gentleman's, and he knows that. And he knows that's why I hurt my leg. And so he's been helping me.
Wait a minute, what is Dallas Gentleman's?
A strip club.
So you were working in the strip club, so you got injured on that pole.
On that pole, and he knows it. And he
And-
he forced me to work there.
And you're collecting a disability check from falling off the stripper pole.
Off the stripper pole.
Okay, that's the first.
But that's why we don't.
Y'all can get disability checks from falling off the damn pole. She a stripper, y'all. He was in love with a stripper. My man was simping for the woman on the pole. Fellas, I get it. She might have been a little bit lighter when, as far as her weight when she was dancing. She ain't working out because she hurt herself, so she probably gained a few pounds. But just because that booty looks succulent, just because that skin is looking good and you can't tell because it's dark as hell in them clubs here, and just because she's whispering those sweet nothings in your ear, talking about, yeah, Big Daddy, why don't you come in the back room? It's just gonna be me and you. It's gonna be a good time. And then you worked your game and got her ass home. And you know what happened? Now you gotta deal with this for at least 18 goddamn years. Fellas, no, don't buns glaze to strippers. If you want to throw some ones up because you got some free time, go ahead and make it drizzle. All right. But why do you want to wife up the woman who is not even built to be a mother? Because these women who are stripping these days here, oh my God, they're out for themselves and themselves only, not even thinking about their kids. And this is why you got to deal with this, bruh. That's why you got to deal with this here. Let's let Judge Von de Beeat get more into this case here. Let's continue.
don't have a relationship now.
But that's not what you said the other
Why?
day.
Excuse me.
Sorry,
Excuse me.
Sorry.
What do you mean by that's why you all don't have a relationship now?
Because she's spending all her time up there working on the pole for money. You know,
You hear
this
him?
is money that she
But you know
gets.
what,
Support our
sir?
kids.
And you may not necessarily agree with her choice
an
of
honest
work,
living.
but she is making some type of money. And ma'am, you are going to pay child support.
How much?
You're going to pay child support. How much were you working when you?
You hear that,
were
Judge?
on the
I like
pole?
that.
How much I was getting?
Yes.
What were you getting?
I mean, I was getting close to about a night or a year.
Based on the documents that you turned in with your 1099s, you were making about $65,000 a year.
What?
He didn't know she was making 65. That's what happens when they making that cash money. You know, you get a 20, you go hide another 10. You say you're making 65 and she's saying she's only making 40. Fellas, I hate to do this, guys. He seems like he might be a good guy. He's taking care of his kids, but you're extra beta, bro. And this is what happens when you try to wife up a stripper, okay? The poles is not for the home. Okay, you can buns glaze any chick you want, but this is what happens here. This is what happens when you choose wrong. You choose wrong, and this is the case here. She makes 65 a year. The one video I had, she said she made about 180,000 from one guy here. This sounds more logical. This sounds more reasonable what a stripper would make care of her type of looks here. So he's shocked that she's getting this money. So let's continue.
He knew.
These documents are accurate, correct?
They're pretty much accurate.
Even whether he knew or not, you were making money and you're not supporting.
I am
These
supporting,
children.
but I will say he does a lot. He does most of it because I am hurt and he knows that. So he's been pretty nice about that until now.
What do you mean he's been pretty nice until now?
I mean, until now, like I guess since I was, unfortunately still
With that.
letting him, come over
Sir,
and have
you
rendezvous.
will have your opportunity to speak. Let her speak.
Thank you.
And I do not need you
Yes,
to
Your Honor.
echo me.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now address me.
She don't
what
need no
we
parrot.
We would have our rendezvous, and he was fine and dandy. Fine and dandy. We've been doing this for 5 years. 5 years. He knows I've been stripping. And all of a sudden, he wants to pull me into court now because I stopped last week. So all of a sudden, now we're on the court docket to come into court because
Yeah.
you want child support because I
Now,
stopped giving it up.
You really need to address me as I've asked you.
Sorry,
I've
Your
asked you
Honor.
that
I do apologize.
more than once.
I do apologize.
Don't apologize, just do it. Okay. Okay, ma'am, your testimony is conflicting with the documents that you provided to the court ahead of time. You testified that you have 3 children and 1 child between the two of you, but according to your paperwork, you have a 4th child.
What?
Yes, Your Honor.
You didn't know she had another child?
Your Honor, I had no clue.
You were not going to tell this man that you have another child? Your child has another sibling. You don't believe that's important?
It's more than a sibling, but it's someone he knows, so I just don't think it's important for him to know. He's
This is fucked up. This is fucked up. She is hiding another kid. Your kid has siblings that they don't know about. You're around. It's not like she's a complete deadbeat where she's not even in the picture. At least she is in the picture. That's the bare minimum, right? But you have a 4th kid. The one baby daddy who brought you to court don't know about it. You're probably the kid that he has but don't know about it. And then saying that being nonchalant the way she is. Guys. This is what happens when we really mess with the wrong woman. So you thought that your kid, bruh, had 2 half siblings. There's a 3rd one here. So if she's willing to lie and keep a secret about another child, what is she lying about throughout their entire relationship? She gave a little testimony about saying, we were cuffed for 5 years, you know, I was giving him the action, but once I stopped coming by, that's when the court docket came up. Is that true or not? Like, maybe things were good when he was smashing, but how can we honestly, really, truly want to believe this woman going forward here? There is nothing she can say here if she is willing to hide another kid, and not just from the man, from the kids. I want to explode. I want to say something funny. I want to just come out and be witty with it. But in actuality, tribe, this is some scandalous dirt dog, foul, fucked up shit. Hiding kids, and you're the mother. All right, let's continue. Let's see what the judge can say next.
I am not about to play these games with you.
That's right, Judge.
Save those games for your old job on the pole. Okay. This is a serious matter. You need to be paying child support to this man. Okay. Now, based on, you said you received disability, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
How much do you receive in disability a month?
Only $1,200.
Only? He's not getting anything from you. What do you mean only?
He's getting a lot from
Only.
me, but
At least she getting something from the poll.
Financially, he's not getting anything from you to support this child, correct?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Based on my calculations, at $1,200 a month, puts you about $14,000 or so a year. So, giving you credit for the other children you have, your child support obligation comes out to $163.20. Who covers medical insurance for this child?
Anthony is currently on Medicaid.
Medicaid, okay. So, ma'am, considering
Medicaid.
you are the one that is going to be responsible for child support, you're also going to be responsible for the health insurance.
Oh,
That money has to be repaid back to Medicaid. It's a state agency. You have to pay it back. Therefore, based on what your gross and taking 9% of that, which is what you would be responsible for health insurance, it comes out to about $108. So your total monthly obligation is $271.20. That is to be paid on the first of each month, and it will be paid directly to him. Child support obligation and the Medicaid coverage. You understand, ma'am? Because you're looking very confused right now, and I'm confused as to why you haven't been giving him any money to support this child.
Because I've been giving him other things, Your Honor, and
What other type of things?
What
are you
other
talking
things you
about
give me
that
besides
he
the
gets
buns?
from you?
can you tell her what I give you, please?
oh
I'm
wow.
asking you.
Your Honor,
Wow.
I give him lap dances.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Everything
okay.
you
See,
can-
that's,
Oh, wow.
that's too much. I'm referring to anything that you give him for the child. Based on what you all do behind closed doors, your little secret rendezvous you have going on, that has nothing to do with in here. Financially, what else have you been giving him to take care of this child?
I give him about $20 every other week.
$20 every other week. Sir,
Ma'am. Your Honor.
about how much does it cost you a month in expense?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. Wait. Yo. She's admitting about getting about $40 a month. Hey, inflation's at like 8.5%. We might get to 9% by the end of June here, 2022, as we're recording this here. And she's talking about she giving $40 every 2 weeks. Man, this time of day right now, $40 like 10 years ago, it's like the equivalent of like maybe what we're looking at like 30 some dollars now. You ain't giving nothing. Let's let the judge finish this off here. Oh, you trifling.
Expenses for this child.
When you consider daycare is $115 a week, you know, just to make sure she's getting a quality education, along with the expenses of clothes, food, entertainment, things like that. I would probably put another 100 or so on that.
There's no way he can live and take care of this child off of $20, ma'am. Your child requires more than $20. So, monthly obligation, $271.20 to be paid to dad. Mr. Brooks, do you have anything else?
Yes, Your Honor. Now, once she's healed from, you know, her injury, she'll be back to making more money.
Okay.
And
Yes.
so is that something that can be considered, or?
Oh, definitely. It can be considered. And ma'am, that's actually a very good question. If you go back to the poll and you make another $65,000 and this man comes back for an increase in child support, I can entertain that. Yes, don't look confused. I can entertain that. As you get an increase, your child also gets an increase. Is there anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Your Honor, how am I supposed to be able to afford this?
I don't know. Let's see. Maybe you can pick up another job.
That's all I know how to do.
Is what? Hit the pole?
Hit the pole.
Well, you might want to find another pole job. Anything further?
That'll be all, Your Honor.
Okay. If nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Oh my God, that is the end of this court. Shout out to Judge Vonda B. Fellas, ladies of the tribe here, can we all admit this is a deadbeat mama? She is a horrible, disgusting person of a deadbeat. Because if we put the same example for a man who was not paying child support, was saying that I provide in other ways, talking about giving sex, and that's how he pays her. And then the fact that he was hiding another child that she had no idea about besides the kids that they have together. If this was the same scenario for a man, we would call this man everything under the book, under the table. This woman is horrible. She is disastrous. She is a home wrecker. She is everything that you want to describe on a person here. How is it that you don't want to give anything to the ex here to help for the child here? You know why? Because she feels by giving money to him is not giving money to the kids. It looks like that she is taking care of him and she doesn't want nothing to do with him. She clearly said that, well, I didn't want to deal with him no more because of my leg and things of that nature. Sounds like that she may have got something else. She was tired of messing around with him and got something else that she want to claim now that he brought her to court. Fellas, you cannot deal with strippers, sex workers, or anything like that kind. You know why? Their ability to pair bond. When they're dealing with so many men, especially strippers who are riding a cock carousel every single night, grinding. I don't care what anybody says that's just work. No, you're putting your hard energy and emotions into making sure that they're doing their job to get those tips. So a woman can easily say that, no, I'm just working here, but they got to put themselves in the gaze of the fantasy and illusion so that they can sell that man to get that extra money. So how are you supposed to pair bond with a woman when she is constantly making money grinding on men's laps every other night? And then the fact that she gets home now, she can't work and just want to say, I can't do nothing, I don't provide. And then the last point of having another kid. What kind of mother does this? This is ridiculous. This is horrible. And this is why we got to teach men dick discipline. We got to teach men to be careful of who you lay down with. Just because you are rock solid hard and want to get them buns glazed doesn't mean you're supposed to lay down with that chick. No, I understand you want to throw a few dollars at the club, but you don't need to take them home. You don't need to be doing raw, unprotected sex. Otherwise, you're going to be dealing with a woman like this for at least the next 18 years and not knowing what's going to happen during that time period. She's going to get worse because she got all these other kids now. There's other baby daddies, and knowing the dynamic of y'all relationship, do you really think this is only going to get better? No, fellas. So we need to be prideful and mindful of what's going on here. Do not deal with a woman who's not in our schedule, who is not in our program, who is willing to do other things to make our lives live in hell and to make our kids live in hell as well. Because what we're trying to build here in this community, in this tribe, is nuclear families, nuclear bonds. And if that's not the case here, keep it moving, but be protective. Be safe of who you're laying down with. Because if not, you're going to be dealing with a person who you don't want to deal with at all, and you're stuck with them. Plain and simple. Comment, like, subscribe, and click on that bell notification below. I want to know what you think about my commentary, what you think about Judge Vonda B's ruling, and what you think about this couple here. And does anybody in the tribe have any stories related to this here? Because I've been getting so many examples from my tribe who's been dealing with these support court cases and giving me their real life testimonials. But until next time, I'm that dude named Dave. See y'all later, YouTube world.